It's news time, and it's news here. It's Kanpai News. Welcome, everyone.
News.
Kanpai News. For the week commencing the 13th of April, 2025, I'm your host, Nasuth. I'm joined, as always, by Xeno and Thaylien. How are you boys doing this week?
Sleepy.
Fun.
You feeling newsy?
I'm fantastic.
Feeling newsy?
Sleepy.
Sleepy?
I'm feeling like
sleepy.
telling the news as it is.
I'm EP.
Aw, he's an EP boy. Right, well, luckily for you, Xeno, we don't have too many stories this week, but let's go ahead and get right into it with, of course, as always, the bad news up front. Witcher and Patlabor voice actor William Roberts passes away. William Roberts, the voice actor behind The Witcher's Vesemir, and Patlabor 2, the movie's Saitaro Sakaki, has passed away, as confirmed by the site formerly known as Twitter on April 10th. That's when it was confirmed. It was April 10th. I think he actually passed away earlier than that. An obituary written by his former wife, Nicolette Roberts, was published back in February 14th. So, wow. Born on October 18th, 1943 in Roseburg, Oregon, Roberts studied drama in the UK and later co-founded 2 theater companies. His anime voice credits also include roles in Appleseed, Goku 2, Midnight Eye, Sword for Truth, and Tanoshi Moomin Ika, where he voiced Moomin Papa. Outside of anime, he was known for voicing Dromark in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and was also a writer, radio performer, and pilot.
Right, next up. Fuji TV anime slowly regains sponsors. After a 9-week dry spell, Sazae-san aired on April 6th with new corporate sponsors Geo and OIC Group, marking the first sign of recovery for Fuji TV's anime lineup following the fallout from a June 2023 illegal no-no time scandal involving former SMAP member Masahiro Naka and alleged Fuji TV staff involvement. While Gegege no Kitaro Watashi no Aishita Rekide Gegege and One Piece held on to sponsors into the spring of 2025, other shows like Chibi Maruka-chan and new entries Beginning After the End and Don't Give Up remain without support. Some titles, including To Be Hero X and The Dinner Table Detective, managed partial sponsorships, suggesting a cautious return of advertiser confidence despite the scandal's lingering effects.
I hate you, Nasuth. Eva fans, please stay behind the line. The Tenryu Hamanako Railroad has issued a plea to fans and visitors to stop trespassing at its Tenryu Futamata Station Turntable and Rail Museum. A daily problem that's apparently breaking records. While they didn't point fingers, the depot's link to Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Time, serving as the inspiration for the Peaceful Village 3 setting, has likely turned it into an unauthorized pilgrimage spot for Evangelion fans. The museum clarified that it's private property and a nationally registered tangible property, only accessible during set hours. Daytime guided tours run on weekdays and weekends for a modest fee. And monthly night tours are also available for truly devoted legally. Okay.
So legal night tours instead of illegal trespassing.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're looking to soak in that Eva atmosphere, consider buying a ticket instead of hopping a fence.
See, you should like this one. I gave you how Eva fans are terrible people.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if Ava's the only reason you're terrible now.
Lol.
There's also a bit of his other anime choices in there, definitely.
Moving on.
I think this is also the spot at the end of the movie where it shifts to real life, but I may be wrong about that. Anyway, so we've got some Switch 2 news. The Switch 2 Scramble, Japan's pre-order game, begins. Nintendo has kicked off the Switch 2 pre-order frenzy in Japan with a strict lottery system starting April 24th, but with a catch. Most retail versions will only support Japanese language and accounts. A more expansive multi-language edition, mirroring international releases, is exclusively available via Japan's My Nintendo store, where a separate lottery has been running since April 4th. But not just anyone can join. Applicants must have logged 50-plus hours on paid Nintendo Switch software and hold a Nintendo Switch Online membership for at least a year. Only accounts with Japan set as their region are eligible. Winners will be announced April 24th, with payments due by May 7th. These steps seemed aimed at outmaneuvering scalpers, much like Sony's own recent pre-order policy. Meanwhile, U.S. and Canadian pre-orders have been delayed. Oh wait, I think that's actually the next story. So I'm not gonna read that.
Mm-hmm. With the finish up of when the console actually launches.
Oh, console launches globally on June 5th.
Mm-hmm. So following on from that, the Switch 2 delays hit North America. Nintendo confirmed this week that Canada is now joining the US in delaying Switch 2 pre-orders due to tariffs and evolving market conditions. While the global June 5th launch remains intact, the initial April 9th pre-order rollout was pulled after US President Donald Trump announced sweeping new import tariffs just hours later. The tariffs, up to 104% on China and 49% on Vietnam at the time, and possibly higher now, have caused global market jitters and prompted Nintendo to stockpile Switch 2 units in the US early. Most of Nintendo's US-bound consoles are now built in Vietnam and Cambodia, making them especially vulnerable to the new rates. While toys, figures, and hardware will be hit hard, manga and other printed media from Asia have been exempted for now. So, sorry Americans and Canadians. Donald Trump seems to be messing with your video gaming as well.
I hear, I don't know, when was this story published?
This was April 8th. April 8th. April
8th.
So 5 days ago as I'm recording.
So this is technically before they put the pause on the tariffs.
Some of them. Some of them. I think China's I think China's is actually higher now.
I think China's up at 125% at the moment.
Yeah, it's something crazy like that. See, you can't go over 100%.
Oi!
Stop it.
Don't fucking start, you.
Let's move on.
Ohayocon versus Sekaicon. Ohio. Okay, Ohio convention battle heads to court. Amid an ongoing legal clash, Ohayocon confirmed plans to hold its 2026 event while facing off its in court against Sekaicon, a new Ohio convention run by former staff. Filed in January, the civil lawsuit accuses Sekaicon's organizers of stealing confidential information and attempting to extort control of Ohayocon from Cultural Exchange Society President Melissa Ann Phelps. The suit also alleges harassment, death threats, and defamation linked to the feud. Sekaicon's organization, Sekai Guild, deny all allegations and filed a counterclaim in March. The case, now in discovery, may reach a jury trial by May 2026, unless settled beforehand. Despite the drama, Ohayocon 2025 wrapped up earlier this year, and Sekaicon 2025 runs this weekend in Newark, near Columbus.
So when it says this weekend, it's probably the weekend just gone as we're recording this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's crazy when you're embroiled in that much of a lawsuit and you can still afford to put your con on. I'm wondering how much they really can do.
So the Princess Mononoke 4K revival nears 6 million at the US box office. The 4K restoration of Studio Ghibli's Princess Mononoke continues to perform strongly in US theaters, earning US $617,000 in its second week and bringing its total to nearly 6 million. Distributed by G-Kids, the anniversary IMAX screening launched on March 26th to celebrate Studio Ghibli's 40th year. Overseen by veteran animator Atsushi Okui, I think that's Okui. The restoration offers both Japanese audio and subtitles, and and the English, Japanese audio with subtitles and the English dub. The film opened strong at number 6 in its first weekend and screened in 630 theaters in week 2. Originally directed by Hayao Miyazaki, the classic tale follows cursed warrior Ashitaka as he navigates a war between nature and industry, encountering the fierce and mysterious Princess Mononoke along the way. For a re-release movie, 6 million is pretty good.
Oh, I want to see that movie in IMAX, though. I really do.
Yeah.
Because that's a big movie to go on a big screen.
Thalien's audio is crackling for me.
A little bit crackling.
Sorry, let me see if I can fix that. All right, so next up. Detective Conan teams up with McDonald's because McDonald's Japan is bringing back the beloved Chicken Tatsuta burger on April 16th with a special Detective Conan themed twist. Alongside the classic version, a new Tata Nanban Chicken Tatsuta will be available. The fast food giant teased the return in 2 fun commercials featuring Detective Conan characters chasing the mysterious M organization. A special rice chicken Tatsuta burger with rice patties instead of bread buns will also be available after 5 p.m. Detective Conan's latest movie, Detective Conan One-Eyed Flashback, is set to debut next week, just before Japan's Golden Week.
So
that actually looks really nice.
The other one was...
One.
Yeah, the rice patty one was here.
That one.
Which also, to be fair, looks pretty nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good looking.
I'm not sure how I feel about the shredded lettuce.
It looks too well arranged.
Yes,
but
this is not real.
Okay. No. Here's the thing, right? In Japan, the food you advertise has to be what you get. It is like the law, right? So on the packaging and everything, I found this absolutely bewildering. On the packaging, it has to look like what you actually receive, including the size. It has to be a 1-to-1 scale. It is crazy.
But like, not everyone is going to come out with this exact arrangement of lettuce on there and this little glob
I wouldn't be surprised.
Of stuff.
That little glob, 100%. That is like glued on the side.
Yeah. So it's also like with their flavorings. If you haven't used actual apple juice in something, you can't put a real apple on the outside of your packaging.
Yeah.
I think that's actually something that's EU as well nowadays.
This is incredible.
The EU has adopted that.
Weird.
Oh, look at that. That's funny.
All right.
Making me hungry. Right. Okay. So Crayon Shin-chan goes live action. I hope this is nightmare fuel. I really do. The Crayon Shin-chan franchise kicked off a surprise live action collaboration with Coca-Cola Japan's Yankan no Mugicha?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yankan no Mugicha.
On April 9th, rolling out the first 3 episodes of a new short movie series set in the future. The shorts star a 25-year-old Shinosuke or Shin-chan Nohara,
played by Fumiya Takahashi.
Why has it... Okay, his 55-year-old dad, Hiroshi, played by Taizo Harada, and 49-year-old mum, Misei... is that Misei?
Misai.
Yes.
Misai. Played by Kumiko Aso. As they trade messages about their daily lives. Episode 1 sees Shin-chan working an action kamen gig. What? Working an action kamen gig?
Yeah, it's his favorite toy.
While episodes 2 and 3 follow Hiroshi on a work break and Misai decluttering their home. 2 more episodes are brewing for April 21st, with fans expecting appearances from Shin-chan's sister Himawari, and family dog Shiro. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ! 25 years later, and the dog's still alive. Christ!
Wow.
So I think this is supposed to be.
It's a new Shiro.
I think this is supposed to be.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know which one is Shin-chan. Honestly.
Oh, okay. So this is the thing. The when they say a action kamen gig, is basically those live action performances.
Yeah.
Right.
Common shows or similar.
I think the one in the red jacket is supposed to be Shin-chan,
Quite possibly.
but I honestly don't remember or don't know for sure. Anyway, it's got goofy music. It looks like it could be fun. But not Nightmare Fuel like Xeno was hoping.
I was hoping.
Right, and to wrap up the regular news, as always, it's the weekly releases, this time for April 6th through April 12th. The bulk of releases came out on April 8th, with some exceptions. So for anime, from Kitty Media, we've got... I think that's supposed to be Boing Boing. It may just be Boing, which is Boing, Big Boob Lectures 1 and 2, Blu-ray disc, adult, $30. Crunchyroll, A Certain Scientific Railgun T Blu-ray disc for $50, Chillin' in Another World with Level 2 Super Cheat Powers Blue disc for $70, and One Piece Collection 37 Blu-ray disc for $40. And then from Sentai Filmworks, we've got Princess Principal, Crown Handler Chapter 3 Blu-ray disc for $30. In manga, from Seven Seas, we've got 100 Ghost Stories That Will Lead to My Death graphic novel 2 for $15. Viz Media brings us Akane Banashi graphic novel 11 for $12. Beyblade X graphic novel 2 for $12. And Ask and You Will Receive graphic novel 1 for $13. And then from Yem Press, we have April Showers Bring Mayflowers graphic novel 2 for $13. In digital manga, Kodansha USA brings us Blue Lock episode Nagi graphic novel 3 for $11. A Condition Called Love, graphic novel 16 for $11. Viz Media comes in with Case Closed graphic novel 94 for $70. Jesus, that thing's going on for a long time. Seven Seas has the Case Files of Jeweler Richard, graphic novel 6 for $10. And finally, J Novel Club brings us, on April 9th, Black Summoner graphic novel 19 for $9. In novels, Yen Press, it looks like it's all Yen Press? Yeah. Has apparently Disillusioned Adventures Will Save the World, novel 6 for $16. Banished from the Hero's Party, I Decided to Live a Quiet Life in the Countryside, novel 13 for $16. The ephemeral scenes of Setsuna's journey, the former 68th hero, and the Summer Feast, novel 5 for $16. Magical Explorer Reborn as a side character in a fantasy dating sim, novel 9 for $16, and I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level, novel 16 for $15. And then finally, in digital novels, we have from J Novel Club, on April 10th, Disowned But Not Disheartened, Life is Good with Overpowered Magic, novel 2 for $8. Then on April 11th, Chivalry of a Failed Knight, novel 5 for $9. Also on April 11th, The Trials and Tribulations of My Next Life as a Noblewoman, Novel 2, Part 1 for $9. Seven Seas has, on April 10th, Modern Villainess, It's Not Easy Being a Corporate Empire Before the Crash, Novel 6 for $10. On April 10th, The Too Perfect Saint, Tossed Aside by My Fiancé and Sold to Another Kingdom, Novel 2 for $10. Not adult, apparently. And that does it for the regular news.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what the fuck is Boing Big Booby Lectures 1 and 2? Then I looked it up.
Yeah.
I went and Googled it, and it is 100%
straight porn.
henty. It is henty. And I'm like, okay.
Thank you, Anime News Network, for bringing us the important releases.
Yeah, clearly.
You're being judged now for your search history. Best clear it.
I mean, moving on.
Yep, that does it for the regular news. Time for the facts and rumors.
For the facts and rumors. So, we are starting off with a hot one. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7 Steel Ball Run is getting an anime. And unless you've been hiding under a fucking rock, this is a fact.
I'm
April
not
12th.
I'm not kidding. The sheer volume of JoJo memes that have exploded on my phone because of this announcement is just like, I'm okay. I'm happy with this. Anyway, keep going.
So, on April 12th, 2025, during the JoJo Day stage event, Warner Brothers Japan officially announced the anime adaptation of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7 Steel Ball Run. The series will be produced by David Production, continuing their work on the franchise. This adaptation marks the 6th season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the animation, and introduces a new continuity distinct from the previous parts, while retaining core elements like stands and familiar character names.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited.
Yeah.
We won't see it until like 2027 or 2028, but I'm still very excited.
I hope they don't do like the whole splitting it up into 3 thing though, because it's like,
yeah,
it's just annoying.
I agree.
Oh, sorry, it's me. Duh. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Right. Devil May Cry 2025, which is not an anime, is getting a second season 2. And this is a fact. Netflix has officially confirmed that the 2025 Devil May Cry animated series will return for a second season. The announcement was made on April 10th, 2025 via Netflix's official account on the site formerly known as Twitter, stating, "Let's dance, Devil May Cry is officially coming back for season 2. The anime was produced by Adi
Shankar.
And animated by Studio Mir, premiered on April 3rd, 2025, and has received generally favorable reviews. The series is planned as a multi-season arc. Of course, this is fucking Netflix. With the second season already in development. And also stay tuned.
Mir.
Yeah. Did you know that?
Fun times. I swear you told me it was something different, but I could have been...
you may be thinking about the Moonrise thing with Wit Studio.
With Wit Studio? Probably, yes. Thinking about
right.
That.
Okay. So, To Your Eternity is getting a season 3 that will air October 2025. And this is also a fact. The official account on the site formerly known as Twitter for To Your Eternity announced on April 10th, 2025 that the anime's 3rd season is scheduled to premiere in October 2025. While the exact date has not been specified, this information has been corroborated by multiple reliable sources, including Anime News Network and Wikipedia.
Fantastic. So, next up, Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli are working on a new anime movie called Tower of Solace, and it will release on December 7th, 2025. And this one is in fact a rumour. The claim that Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli are producing a new film titled Tower of Solace with a release date of December 7th, 2025 appears to originate from an April Fool's joke. A Facebook post dated April 1st, 2025 featured an illustration labelled as an April Fool's joke stating, "New Studio Ghibli film Tower of Solace was just announced in theaters December 7th. JK, this is an April Fool's joke I drew for fun." As of now, there is no official confirmation from Studio Ghibli or Hayao Miyazaki regarding a project named Tower of Solace or its release date on December 7th, 2025. Therefore, this information should be considered a rumour, especially after the person who drew the post says, "Just kidding."
This isn't a rumor, this is just a straight up lie.
Yeah, this is just a straight up lie.
Right. My Happy Marriage is getting a sequel. Right. And this is a fact. Following the conclusion of season 2... Wouldn't you call it a
threequel? I don't know.
What? No. Why would you call it a threequel?
Because it's the 3rd season and not a 2nd season.
That's not... What? No,
I know, that's not how sequels work. That's not how a sequel works.
Oh my god, I'm going to stab you.
I know.
It's the whole 100% thing again. Right. Following the conclusion of season 2 on April 9th, 2025... an official announcement confirmed that a new anime project for My Happy Marriage is in development. However, the format of this upcoming project, whether it will be a 3rd season or an OVA or a feature film, has not been specified yet.
Yeah, Nasuth.
Actually, this is more like the 1/4 half, 1/2 3/4 thing.
Nasuth, shut the fuck up and read the next one. God, stab him.
A new Data Live project has been announced, and this is a fact. much to Xeno's happy joys. On April 10th, 2025, Kadokawa officially announced that a new Data Live anime project is in production. The announcement... Oh, Cat, you really have to be like that right now. The announcement was made via the franchise's official account on the site, formerly known as Twitter, and was accompanied by a teaser visual featuring a glowing bluish-purple gem against a black background. So, any idea what that could mean?
Yes.
Okay. While the exact format of the new project, TV season, movie, or OVA has not been specified, the announcement coincided with the franchise's 12th anniversary celebrations. Additional details, including the project's format and release date, are expected to be revealed in the coming months through official channels.
I'm honestly really surprised. I was not expecting any more, considering the series is finished.
Yes. But obviously you got to milk that sequel.
Mm-hmm.
And for our last factual rumor, the new Ghost in the Shell anime produced by Science Saru is scheduled for 2026. And this is also a fact. A new Ghost in the Shell anime series is officially in production by Science Saru and is scheduled for release in 2026. This information has been confirmed through an official teaser trailer released on the franchise's website and corroborated by reputable sources such as The Verge and Anime Corner. The series will be directed by Moko-chan, with Enjo To as the scriptwriter and Shuhei Handa serving as both character designer and animation director.
If the
Nasuth is putting it right into his search bar.
I'm just gonna go make sure I look at that later.
That's so. Can you actually are you able to show everyone else the
I think the news browser is still open. Yeah, I'll just put it over there.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me drag it over here, because then I think I can just... Nope, of course. Let me shrink that one down. Where did it...
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
there you can.
There we go. Right, so here we go. Back to small people.
So you can see Motoko
That's
there,
Motoko.
And I was really shocked with I genuinely thought this was going to be... I genuinely thought this was going to be a rumor. So...
Oh, is there actually a trailer?
Yeah, it's a teaser trailer. It's probably mostly going to be words and things like that, like no real proper visuals or anything.
Oh yeah, a lot of this looks like sketches and stuff.
Yeah, this is concept art more.
Still,
but, I mean, considering the amazing work that Science Saru has done on...
They've gone from being like your least favorite studio to one of your favorites. So it seems
No. Like so there you can see like her arm and everything. So I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, the big thing is just like, just don't not. If it's a serious show, fucking shade the characters, for the love of God. But I'm certainly interested. I'm very interested.
Oh man, that does look good.
They have a lot of...
she's even got good trigger discipline going on. Like, wow. The attention to detail.
Yeah, that looks like a weird P90-ish thing? What the
I don't know.
Anyway. But yeah, so I was certainly pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Cool.
I thought that was going to be fake.
Oh. Fun times.
Right. Well, that does it for this week's news. Stay tuned later this week for Kanpai Cast, where we're talking about barriers to entry for watching anime. And it was a really good discussion, or it will be a really good discussion. 100% doing it later. And not
I was going to try and save you from that one, but no, you carried on.
All right. So until we see you next week, back here for more news.
For more news.